So this was found in Norway. It's a 1500 year old arrow.
Is that tip like metal?
I don't know.
It almost looks like it's a steel, don't it?
It could be. I don't know. Um,
Like iron or something.
I don't know. I mean, they had all that back in those days. They very well could have been, but
Yeah, I think what I read was that was
if not,
actually sinew and everything. Yeah, I mean, it was just
yeah,
1500-year-old arrow.
yep. It was in a
It,
glacier that
yeah, thawed
melted.
out of a glacier. Yeah.
Yep, or melting ice in Norway. Probably not a glacier, but um, have you ever found any arrowheads or anything like that, Dan?
A few,
Oh,
not many.
really?
Yeah.
I've
You know,
never
I know
found one.
people find a lot of them. I don't. You know, and I'm always looking at rocks and stuff. But I found one in where I grew up as a kid that was really nice, a really good looking one. And I found a few around here, but they're usually pretty busted up. You
Yeah,
know.
yep. I've never found any. I have a buddy he has a piece of private he hunts, and it must have been like a place where Indians were around a lot because he's found like over a dozen there. Um,
Mm.
and I know down here where I live in the bottoms, a lot of people go and hunt them down there in the fields after like a farmer tills a field or something. You'll see people walking around in the tilled up fields looking
Mm-hmm.
for arrowheads. I've definitely never found a full arrow like this, but
But you can't. I mean, the wood
yeah,
deteriorates. The
right.
only reason that wood is still around is because of the iceberg.
Ice. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, man. Anymore, there's so many people like tinker around with this like traditional primitive stuff. This is probably some jackwagon from last season that was
Right.
trying to kill something and
he, he was on a loan. He made an arrow out of crap he found and shot a muskox and never
yeah.
found it.
That very well could have been.
I mean, you look at the end of that arrow; it almost looks like that it's machine cut.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't know. It was pretty cool though. It's pretty cool to
I
think
wonder what
about
kind
that.
of feathers it would be. You
I
know,
don't
what kind of
know.
animal feathers it'd be.
I don't know what would be in Norway back that many years ago.
Yeah,
You know.
1500 years ago, pterodactyl maybe.
yeah. They it's crazy what people went through to just even just make an arrow to hunt with, and I guess they had a lot more time on their hands than we do nowadays. But
Yeah,
um,
I mean, I can understand that arrow is probably worth a lot of money to a
yeah.
museum or something. It'd be pretty cool to take that arrow, recycle it, and shoot something with it.
Oh man, that'd be super cool. Yeah. I was watching. There's a Meteor episode where he goes to like a uncivilized country, and goes with like tribes back in the jungle and hunts with them. And he has like a Matthews bow with him, and they're all shooting these like primitive things that they made. And he said that they have no interest in having a bow like that Matthews. I guess
Mm-hmm.
people were giving Steve like a lot of crap about like not leaving that for them to use. And he's like they can't use it. Like once they're out of arrows with it, they have no way of getting more. It's like not there's no use for them
But they
for
got
it.
ways of getting more arrows. They just blow it up. They make them out of wood.
Yeah, right, right. But he's like they're doing fine. Like they kill us just as much as they would with
Right.
something real primitive, with real modern as they would with that. Um, but they were using like great big long. The arrows they were using on the episode were crazy looking. They were like I don't know, like 5 feet long. The arrows were, and they had this great big long bow that they used, and
Yeah.
pretty crazy. They were bow fishing with them, but it's a real
Yeah,
interesting
that's,
episode.
people are always like that. You ever notice in the comments, like you be fishing and some kids next to you, and you're like, "Oh, I'll help them out a little bit," and you let them use your rod or something, and you get comments, "You should have gave me your rod. You should give me your
Yeah,
tackle box." Kid doesn't look like he can afford a truck. Why didn't you give him your truck?
Yeah.
You see comments like that a lot.
This was like when I first started filming with the Hunting Beast. I like sold some trail cameras or something on the Facebook forum, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There was like 3 or 4 people like, you should just give those away. I'm like, what? What? I had to pay for these. Like I don't get anything free yet. Like I just like I'm just a normal dude at the moment, you know. What are you guys talking about? So maybe you should just donate them to someone. I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, I just kind of get some extra cash here for buying tags, but
Already
yeah.
giving our lives to you guys. What else you want?
If you want to watch another video, click right here. But don't forget to subscribe before you leave.